Commissioner Joe Gardner calls himself the new guy on the commission and owns a local excavating company. I asked him what got him interested, and he said working with citizens throughout his business. And he was elected about 7 months ago?
Yes, sir.
To the county commission. So please give a warm Lions welcome to, I'm pretty sure he's a future Lion, Joe Gardner.
I feel a bit dressed up, but we had our Tuesday morning public meeting today, so I guess I don't exactly fit in, but close enough.
Raise the microphone. Raise the microphone.
Okay, does this work? Just a second. Pull it out. There you go.
Hey!
Smarter than us.
Maybe it's the smartest guy we've ever had here.
It expands?
New technology. All right. Well, thank you for having me here today. Good afternoon. Thank you for allowing me to come and talk to you as a group. I'm getting practiced up. I haven't done too many of these, so this is good practice for me. Some of you probably don't know who I am, and that's understandable. I've only been a county commissioner since the beginning of this year, so yes, about 7 months. I've spent most of my life prior to that up in the Toutle, Castle Rock area, so I'm still familiarizing myself with all the go-to places here in Longview, and I hear that this is definitely one of them. All right. I do know that the Lions Club has been doing some amazing things in our community for quite a long time, I believe about 90 years. And because of people like you giving of your time and talent. I went to school with one of your newer members, John Palmer, and he's sitting way there in the back. He doesn't want to be associated with me, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm pointing him out. But yeah, we graduated high school together in, what was it, 1965, John? 1997. From Toutle Lake High School. Fighting Ducks. Most people I meet now that I am a commissioner ask me, so what? They look at me with kind of a squirrely look, and they say, what's your agenda? What are you all about? And, most of the time, I have to admit, I'm more of a dig in and fix things sort of guy. I didn't come into this with a set specific agenda or overly grandiose plans for myself. As I said, I don't have my own grand plans for our county government. I just want it to be fiscally healthy and responsible to its taxpayers. That's it.
That's great. Yeah.
Thank you. So until that day comes when I'm asked to talk about the county, it's going to be about things that I see need to be improved. One of the main purposes for county government is maintaining and improving infrastructure. Responsible leadership should not only keep roads and buildings maintained, but also take steps to provide for future needs. But as our buildings age and county services increase, we have been compensating by shifting money from the road fund to our general fund and still not setting money aside for building improvements. So in order to begin that long process of remedying the situation, the county's innovation team met last summer and discussed the idea of assessing our county facilities in order to prioritize upgrades and replacements. A consultant, Meng Analysis, was chosen this last January to draft a facilities assessment report. This company, Meng, has a solid track record of assisting municipalities in Washington, including both Olympia and Redmond, with these types of reports. They also create working databases that cities and counties use to stay on track with the maintenance of their current facilities, as well as identifying future facility needs and ways to address them. We just received their final report in early June. It covered the 12 largest county buildings and will help define the direction the county will take regarding facility maintenance, use, and updating. The report addresses two main categories: observed deficiencies and predicted renewals. In terms of a used car, as an analogy, Observed deficiencies would be things such as bald tires, worn out windshield wipers, or burned out headlights. Predicted renewals are more of the longer range items, things like oil changes and tune-ups, things you need to plan for. So let me share you some of the report's findings. The aging Hall of Justice will require considerable physical and financial resources. Both the remodeling of many internal office areas and courtrooms, as well as updating of the supporting mechanical systems, are needed. Our 911 operations needs a new home. Mr. Palmer can speak to that personally. Finding a location above the floodplain is critical to their primary mission. The county morgue is in need of replacement. The current building is considered light construction and does not meet the needs, either physically or operationally, of the coroner and his staff. It is noted in the report that this is a small residential building trying to do a big technical job. The use does not fit the building and is in poor condition overall. The report also had seismic concerns with the county administration building. This building was constructed in 1923 and was originally two buildings that were joined together. Major retrofitting would be needed to bring this building to current construction standards and would greatly limit the usable office space within. Now for some numbers. The total estimated cost of the observed deficiencies, or short-term items, so we're speaking about 5 to 6 years in time, is $24 million. The top three most expensive facilities are the Hall of Justice at $16 million, the Juvenile Center at $2 million, and the Administration Building at $1.2 million. The total estimated cost of the predicted renewals, or the long-term items, there we're looking at a period of 20 years, is $84 million. And the top three most expensive facilities, again, Hall of Justice at $35 million, the Administration Building at $20 million, and the Juvenile Center at $5 million. The report noted that even though the facilities are well maintained by a dedicated maintenance staff, some of the buildings are being used for purposes that were not intended during their construction, for example, the morgue, or that the services rendered to the public have outgrown the facilities themselves, Hall of Justice. In a nutshell, the county must upgrade some of the facilities in order to meet the current and future needs of the public. Where do we go from here? Now that we know what we're looking at, the next step is to find a way to start setting money aside for these updates. Improving our tax base by bringing family wage jobs into the area is vital to any plan for improvement. So this leads me into talking about the budget, and we are just now entering into budget time for the county. For the budget this year, the county had to, that's 2015, the county had to make up a $4 million shortfall. In order to do that, we used up some of our reserves, but most of it came from, again, shifting money out of the road fund. So you may wonder what's wrong with that, and what does it even mean to shift funds? One perception is that shifting from the road fund to the general fund is essentially like the road fund writing a big check to the general fund. It's actually an adjustment of percentages. So when a shift occurs, the amount of money coming into the road fund goes down, and the amount of money into the general fund goes up. Cowlitz County has utilized diversion and shifting from the road fund for 22 years to a total of $25 million. 20 of the $25 million has been shifted in the last 11 years. And the last 3 years specifically, each year has been consecutively higher than the last, and they're the most that we've ever shifted. 2013, 1.8 million, 2014, 2.1 million, and 2015, 3.2 million. Now I lost my place. We need to be cautious about continuing down this path. Shifting funds is a tool we have to address budget issues, but that doesn't mean it's healthy to do so all the time. Money taken away from the road fund means improvement projects are put off indefinitely. This is important because every $1 spent to keep our roads in good condition means we don't have to spend $7 to $10 to replace them when they deteriorate. Another concern is that necessary funds won't be available when we experience a major flood, snow, or earthquake event. The facilities report is a great lesson for us as to what happens if we fall behind. Catching up can prove very difficult. Commissioner Karnofsky used this analogy. The road fund is like a drug. You do it the first time and you think, wow, that felt pretty good. And before you know it, you are hooked. Don't worry though, we can quit anytime we want. Truthfully though, can we give it up cold turkey? Probably not. I guess what the county really needs is a road fund patch. Something that will help take the edge off and step us off incrementally. That was a joke, having to do with the negative. It didn't go over very well at the Chamber of Commerce either. Oh well, I'm going to remove that one from the repertoire again. It's not me. I thought this was a good time to point out just some facts, some numbers regarding our county and some of its infrastructure. Some of this information was shared back in April with the Washington State Transportation Commission. Roads. So Cowlitz County has 528 miles of roads to maintain as part of our transportation system. Bridges. Cowlitz County transportation system also includes 65 bridges. The average age of our bridges is 44 years old, while the national average is 43 years old. Most bridges need significant repairs or replacement by the time they reach 50 years of age. Today, Cowlitz County, we have 25 of the county's bridge structures are over 50 years old. Our oldest bridge was constructed 96 years ago in 1919. Culverts. We currently have 3,422 culverts on our county roads. With a 50-year lifespan, we should replace 70 culverts each year to maintain the systems in good working conditions. With an average culvert replacement cost of $5,000, a yearly cost of $350,000 would be required. In addition, we have 300 culverts located on mapped fish streams, with 100 of the culverts identified as blockage to fish passage. With a 50-year lifespan, we should replace 6 culverts each year with a total cost of $2.4 million, $400,000 each. Total annual costs for all culvert replacement projects are estimated to be nearly $3 million, while our current budget allows for approximately $500,000. Certainly a difficult challenge is to develop a dedicated funding source to support culvert replacement projects on especially fish-bearing streams. So in conclusion, there are just a few of the issues we are dealing with at the county currently, and of issues that have been on my radar, especially in my about 7 months. Of course, there is more to what we do than infrastructure, but to me, that's the heart of county government. And if it's not being taken care of, nothing else will ultimately be successful. On another note, I'd like to invite all of you to the Cowlitz County is having an open house coming up September 8th. There'll be 20 different county departments and committees will be represented. It will be a one-stop shop to talk to your elected officials, ask questions from department heads, and in general get a deeper look at what your county government does. If you want to come check it out, it'll be again on September 8th at the Cowlitz County Expo Center from 4 to 6 p.m. I want to thank you again for having me here. Your motto is "We Serve." I like that a lot. It's short, but it says a lot. The "we" speaks to teamwork, and the focus, no matter what your project, is always to be of service. It's a motto that we all should try to live up to, but I like to think that's definitely what our county government should be doing as well all the time. Thank you.
This guy around.
It goes down too.
Thank you for your presentation.
Thank
And
you.
we have a cup with your favorite beverage and an application.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Clearly,